So for our SLP, I decided to choose information has value. And the reason I chose this is because I feel like it connects the most with what we're doing for our SLP, and then also what we're doing as interns at Mentoring Plus. So from the PDF that we received in class, I learned a little bit more what information has value means, especially how the different dimensions that come with it. So from the PDF, information possesses several dimensions of value, including as a commodity, as a means of education, and as a means to influence, and as a means of negotiating and understanding the world. So also with that, interests influence information production, especially how we perceive that information that we receive. So one of the main things that I received from this is the understanding of confidential information. So throughout our classes, we always have learned about the importance of confidentiality, especially of making sure we have that trust between our clients and as ourselves as social workers and as human beings. So the information that we are receiving from our case notes, that's all confidential information. So that's the background of our client. That's also their mental health, especially their physical health. That's their goals that they have at the program and overall how they're doing in the program. That's also what they're doing at home, like their home life and school, their schooling. So, and it also goes with like their therapy and like their disabilities, anything that they're diagnosed with. So we receive all of that through case notes, and that's on a monthly basis. So there's a case note for each month that the client is able to meet with the case manager. So with us being able to have that permission to print off those case notes and read over that and, look over that and understand more about each child that's inside this program, we have to understand that to be able to have that trust, we need to make sure that that stays where it needs to stay, which is at Mentoring Plus, and that's something that we need to make sure we keep confidential. So also with that, we need to understand that case notes are very important for the intensive case management services that are provided at Mentoring Plus, and just because though that management services would not be available, I guess, without the case notes, because you wouldn't understand over time how the child / the client is progressing in the program and how their family are progressing with the case management services. Also, one of the main parts of information has value is that access to that information. So without Mentoring Plus and their account, we wouldn't have been able to access that information. We still can't access it like just through our computers on our own account. We actually have to log into Mentoring Plus as one of the case managers to be able to review that information. There's like a very strict policy that goes hand in hand with that. So we have to make sure we get approval basically from the program director, and then we have to have the case managers log in to be able to do all of that. So that's something that we need to make sure that we stay on top of, is access to that information, because that's also confidential too. And then one of the other things, part of information has value, is understanding rights and responsibilities as the intern and as the student. So with this, we need to understand our rights and our responsibilities. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we're reviewing those case notes with an open mind, especially with a more understanding outlook and not a judgmental or feel like we need to put our opinions on something that doesn't need that. We're just reviewing, and understanding our rights is we have the right to have our own opinions, but it's not necessarily needed in going about the case notes and how they're going to be perceived by us. And another thing that I learned from information has value is the community of scholarship and making informed choices regarding their online actions and full awareness of issues. So that's basically taking accountability of whatever we do as interns for our SLP, and especially at our agency, and just making sure that that privacy is respected between us, our clients, the case managers, the director, and the families that are being served by Mentoring Plus, because that's the most important, because that's their personal information. So information does have value just for that main reason.